YouTube Nation, Main TV, aka Me TV, aka it's been a hell of a weekend, but a bad weekend for Chicago sports fans, and I know you guys have been taking a beating this weekend. But before I get started on football, because I want to say congratulations to the Steelers and the Packers, before I get started, I want to talk about my Flyers real quick. Hold on, y'all know I was going to go here, because the fact is, guys, the Blackhawks had nothing for us. See, I hope Chicago learns from this, because we're not the same team that y'all played back in the Stanley Cup. No. See, what you fail to realize is that we're bigger now. We're stronger. We're faster. We're more dominant. That street hockey shit that I've talked about before, back when we was in the Stanley Cup, that's not going to work. That 105 shit, Deacon, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. All right? You had one goal against us, and that was on a penalty shot. Fucking Holster. What do we expect? But the fact is, you had nothing for us. You didn't control the ice. You just didn't do anything. We beat you 4-1 with no problem, it seemed. All right? Carter had 2 goals. But I just want to say, since this is our only meeting in the regular season, you are the defending champs. Bring it on, all right? Because we're going back to the Stanley Cup, and I'm telling you now, you better bring your A game, and you better have learned from this. Seriously, I understand you got rid of a lot of guys, and I'm telling you now, Chicago fans, I don't know the extent of how many guys you got, because I understand it was something with salary cap issues or something. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can come in here and let me know all the details, all right? You know, let me know what's going on over there so I can assess this a little bit better, you know? But the fact is, guys, let's move on. Let's go Flyers. Let's move on, all right? Like I said, congratulations to the Steelers. We'll start with them first, all right? AFC game. Let me say something now. Now, for those who know, I picked the Jets and I picked the Packers to win, all right? Now, I had picked the Jets because I saw the body of work, what they were doing. You know, they beat the Colts. They beat the Patriots. They were coming in motion. They were the hot team, all right? And then what happened? They didn't show up. The first half, the Steelers killed them. I mean, they were more physical. Bart Scott said it best himself. He said they couldn't even stop a nosebleed, all right? The Steelers were more physical. They were just more demanding. They wanted it more. And it shows, and that's why they won, because they wanted it more. Now, let me say this, because I've heard time and time again, joke after jokes, Ben Roethlisberger, rapist burger. He had his rapist beard on when they asked him, when they asked him how did he feel, and he said, God is good. And then people were like, yeah, and so are drunk chicks. And I mean, if he's Big Ben, he wouldn't have to take it. Like, I've heard so many jokes, you know, last night after they won. It's crazy. But the fact is, guys, Ben played how he should have played. And I understand his yardage was bad and everything was bad. But when push came to shove, when it came down to clutch situations, Ben was there. And that's what it is. And let me say that the Steelers kind of worried. If you're a Steelers fan, you should be a little worried. All right, I understand you're riding high, you're in the Super Bowl. You should be a little worried because, like I said, the second half, you guys didn't play really any defense, okay? The second half, you gave up 19 unanswered points. Yes, and that should be a big concern for you guys, all right? You understand you're happy in the Super Bowl, but let's come down for a minute and face reality. You can't do that with the Packers. You cannot. And the thing is, the Jets still had a chance to win this game. But the Jets had bad play calling, especially on that, the 4th and goal or whatever they had? It was actually 3rd and goal and 4th and goal. They messed up, all right? And Sanchez threw it to the guy who threw it right to him and he dropped it. But the fact is, they tried to bring LT in the middle and run straight up in a draw, all right? Now, look. You know, and like I said, I hate to say it's just the players just not performing. It's also the coaching. Because you can see that the players were being manhandled all game. The Steelers were just so much, they outmuscled them. You're so much stronger. So why would you try to run it in the middle in the goal line? I understand you want to get a ball to LT. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Because look at that guy's stats in the red zone for touchdowns. Man, no one does it better. All right? So I'm not mad that you gave it to LT. But let's get something straight. You don't let him run in the middle like that. You don't let him just run into the draw. All right, and try to power it in. No, you let that man fly. You let him jump over the line to get that touchdown if you're going to do that. All right, and Rex Ryan, as we know, took the helmet, the headset off, and he threw it down. And yeah, that's pretty much the Jets season. However, Jets, I will give you credit. You've been to the AFC Championship twice in a row, and you lost twice. If you can pull that off again, I'm impressed. I'm impressed already at the fact that you got that, you know, twice. But hey, especially with the quarterback that you have, but hey, there's no reason New Yorkers should be upset right now. No reason, all right? Now, let's get into NFC. Because Bears-Packers was an INT fest, interception fest, all right? For those who don't know, it's just been reported not too long ago that Jay Cutler, now we had said this on my Facebook, but Jay Cutler has a sprained MCL. Yes, sprained. Meaning He's not fucking hurt. All right, I told you guys before. There's a difference between hurt and injured. There's a big difference. All right, now earlier they were saying it was a tear. All right, but for those who have not seen anything that has happened since the game, people are pissed. Players, ex-players. For those who didn't see the article, I'm gonna put it in the link in the info bar for you guys because They went on and talked about how MCL tears and ACL tears, and players aren't impressed because they've played through it. Maurice Jones-Drew said he played one all year. Drew Brees was hurt. He played one all year. Do I need to remind you guys that, was it Phillip Rivers? Phillip Rivers had an MCL tear a couple times years ago, seasons ago, and he hurt himself, had surgery, came back and played in the AFC Championship. All right? So a lot of people are questioning Jay Cutler's heart right now. And let me say this, because I don't want to question his heart that much, because if anyone has watched the Bears in the season, the beginning of the season, throughout the season, Jay Cutler took a lot of hits. I mean, we're talking horrible hits. Concussion, came back from it. Like, you can't take away that, because he is showing toughness. It just seems that he has a problem with leadership, it seems. Because when times were tough in Denver, what did he do? He left. When times were tough now, what happened? He took himself, well, I wouldn't say he took himself out the game. Lovie Smith says they took him out the game. But as far as I'm concerned, he could have played. All right? Like I said, if you're that hurt, there's no way you'd have been able to leave the locker room, all right, walk down the tunnel, walk onto the field, and stand on the sidelines. You can still play. And then on top of it, he didn't even try to help out the quarterbacks they brought in, the second string, the third string, who actually showed some guts to play. Like, he didn't even try to put on the headset and try to help him through it. He just sat on the bench and was like, oh, well, I don't give a shit. Like, come on, man. I understand you don't have to be a cheerleader to help your team progress. All right? You let them, like I said, that's what happens when you're a quarterback. When you're the leader of a team, you help guide others. If you're inactive, you help guide others so that you can see another tomorrow. But Jay Cutler doesn't want to do that. Now, let me say that. I also have to be fair again with him, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he's hurt. You want to question his heart. But when Brett Favre was hurt earlier this year, Brett Favre, he was hurt and he still played. He actually hurt his team. So which one is it? I understand it is a slippery slope. It really is. Okay? So trust me, I understand your problems. And I understand that, look, Jay Cutler, I'll give him this. Jay Cutler is top 3, 5 maybe. I won't say quarterback. Throwers. He can just pure throw the ball. The guy has so much fucking arm strength, it's sickening. But he has a problem with accuracy and reads, and so I won't say top quarterback, but top pure throwers, I'll give him that. He's in that category. Now, I know there's some people already that are calling for his number. Like, they say they want the third stringer to start. That's all Chicago. I don't know what you guys are doing. How much time I got? Like, I'm on 8. All right, look, like I said, I don't know what you guys are doing, but understand this. You just gave Cutler an extension on his contract. So if he leaves, he's going to find other work. He is going to find work somewhere because he can throw the ball. All right? If he doesn't, you're stuck with him, and I know a lot of people are going to complain. All right? But the fact is, the Packers did the same thing last night that the Steelers did. They got up early and then fell back and then they let the Bears come back. Again, look, see, both these teams, all right, it seems like that was like the theme for the day. All right? It seems get up early and then back down and then let the team try to dig himself out the hole. Both games weren't great until the fourth quarter because the other teams decided they had to play hard. They had to really play hard. All right? So this Super Bowl is going to be very fun. All right? I'm going to sit back and watch this. I understand people want to ask my picks. Look, what should I pick? Green Bay or Pittsburgh? Oh, man. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh because of how physical they're being. It's not a knock to Green Bay either. It's not. All right? You guys are out of Brett Favre's shadow now. There's no excuses anymore. There's nothing else left. All right? You got your future quarterback. Your team is good. And I understand a lot of people were saying that, some of your team is still hurt. You don't have your starting running back and all this stuff. I understand that. All right? I understand. But, hey, what can you do? It's the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great Super Bowl. Let me say, guys, next week, you have the NHL All-Star Game coming up. I will be covering that. You have the NFL Pro Bowl coming up. I'll cover that. You have all the skills challenges from the NHL and NFL Pro Bowl throughout the weekend. And on Sunday, you have Lakers versus Celtics. Yeah, man, it's going to be a hell of a weekend. Enjoy it. All right? I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.